To understand Islam and the Muslim world more, read my book The Curse of God Why I Left Islam, available in all your favorite online bookstores. Hi guys, this is Harris Sultan, the ex-Muslim atheist, and today I am with a guy who's been so close to me. He's traveled the world so many times, spoken to so many ex-Muslims all around the world, but despite the fact that he's an Australian, I live in Australia, this is the first time we are meeting, but better late than never, Imam. How are you?
Good, thank you very much for having me.
What is your problem with Pakistan? Or, hang on, let me make it interesting. What is your problem with Imran Khan?
No, my problem is with Pakistan. Pakistan gave us Imran Khan.
Pakistan what, sorry?
Gave us Imran Khan.
Imran Khan, right. I mean, Pakistan gave you me as well.
No, you're very different. I don't know what happened.
There are a lot of, we're going through a surge of radical, secularist, ex-Muslims, atheists in Pakistan.
Yeah, no, I have a problem with Pakistan and the Pakistani mentality. And, I really hope one day that country can change. I mean, if Asia Bibi was going to get killed for drinking from the same cup as Muslims, I mean,
that's pretty
water.
Bad. Yeah.
Well, then what happened to the hadith? Oh, one day a person was walking and they saw a thirsty dog and they gave it water, and the Prophet said, because you gave water to a dog, you're going to go to paradise. And the poor Christian lady, people of the book, she drank water, and you want to get her killed, and she was imprisoned for almost a decade, I believe.
Yeah.
What kind of a country is that?
Yeah,
this is a backward country. And the biggest hypocrites. How many people voted for Imran Khan?
They say 2 crore, which is like, what, 20 million?
20 million? What's the population of Pakistan?
200 million.
Hold on.
Yes, 200 million. So half of them, 100 million only, can vote. 20 million, and out of this 100 million, only probably, I think, 40 million people, I think, voted. About 40 million people voted.
Okay, so it's not compulsory to vote in
No,
Pakistan?
No, it's not. No.
Only 40 million voted, you said?
Yeah, I think 45 million voted, yeah.
And Imran got 20?
He got about 20 million, yeah.
Okay. So now you have 20 million fools, certified fools, walking around in Pakistan. How come they believe in Allah and believe in Sharia, and they voted for Imran Khan, who slept around in the UK
But they can
day?
say that, but they can say that people change, right? I mean,
people change?
People change.
Do they accept that?
Yeah, of course.
What if a gay person now in the prison in Pakistan
that would
says,
happen.
I want to change?
Yeah, but that wouldn't happen in America either.
What do you mean?
A gay person becoming a president. That wouldn't happen.
No. What I'm saying is, what if now someone in prison, in Pakistan, in prison for being gay, says, I've changed, I'm straight now. Will they let him go?
Yeah, they probably will.
They will?
Yeah. Well, they probably wouldn't even.
Good luck.
No. Let me tell you, Imam. I think you're a very good friend with Tariq Fateh. I've studied the guy a little bit, but I don't think. Anyway, I don't want to go there. But so Imran Khan, let's just talk about this. Pakistan is a very messed up country. In a sense of what you said about Asia Bibi is horrible. Most of my time is actually spent about speaking about the rights of minorities, how they get abused. Christians have suffered a lot. Hindus have suffered a lot. In Sindh, we've got so many instances of Hindu girls getting kidnapped they're not even Islamists, so to speak. I mean, if they want to kidnap a young, pretty Indian Hindu girl who's only 14, 15, they just run away with her and then force her to convert to Islam and then marry, and that's it. And there's so many instances of that happening in Sindh, especially. And then in Punjab, we've got a lot of problems of Christians, and Ahmadis are another one that suffered the most. That's probably the most persecuted community in Pakistan, even more so than atheists, so to speak. I get all of that, but putting the whole blame on Imran Khan is very different, because this is a guy who, he only came to power a year ago, and he actually came on top of these things that the country's messed up. So, I mean, I don't want to speak too much for him, because I know there's a lot of crap that happens in Pakistan and has been happening. Did you know that he actually just opened up a, um, a, a a sacred Sikh place in Pakistan where
Did
Sikhs
you
can come?
know he wants the Western democracies to deplatform people for tweeting on an American private company about Islam? People
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you.
yeah. No, I know that.
Did you
I know
know
that.
he threatens to shut down embassies because they draw cartoons?
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
So what's the point of opening a Sikh temple?
With
Why?
no, no,
To
no,
enjoy the food?
no,
What
no.
you're
The
trying
other,
to look? You can't
no,
pass these on to me.
no, you can't.
The whole firstly, Imran Khan is not the leader of Pakistan.
That's another comment.
The
It's a joint.
army is the people who control.
No, not really. It's not.
Okay.
It's very. I
Do you know who says this? This is actually written in intelligence reports.
yeah. I know that.
The
It's been
influence
in
of the
WikiLeaks as
army-
well. Yes,
The influence of the army on Imran Khan
we know
is
that.
so
It's-
strong.
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
can't even. I don't know if he can spend enough time with his wife without their permission.
Yeah, all of this is exaggerated to a huge extent. I mean, I'm not denying that the army does
Look,
play a lot of
by
role.
the way, let me tell you this. It's not just Pakistan. It's Qatar. It's Saudi Arabia. It's the UAE. It's Iraq. It's Iran. It's Sudan. It's Egypt. It's every Muslim country.
No, but Pakistan and Turkey are a little bit different in that regard. They're not theocracies.
Turkey
they don't.
as well.
the-
But I have a special problem with Pakistan.
Yeah, which is I'm trying to understand because I think there are a lot of people that you can reach out to.
In Pakistan,
Yeah.
I don't want them.
But-
No, I don't want them. No.
You know, there's a pretty big Shia community that's been
No, no.
that's been targeted there as well. You know,
They are all either with Iran or sympathetic to them. I don't want anything to do with them.
okay,
No.
all right, all right. So anyway,
No, I like to focus on, I like to invest my time in something that I know 80 to 90% will work and will bear fruit.
Mm.
No fruit will come out of Pakistan. No way, not me. Pakistan, I will leave it for Majid Nawaz because he speaks the language,
Right.
right? I don't have that language ability, and nor do I have the patience.
Well,
And I'm a big fan of India.
yeah, I know. This is why I was going to come to the next point. So now I have a lot
I
of.
am a big fan of India.
I have
so
a-
it's not gonna work.
I have a lot of. I have a lot of.
I can't betray India.
I know. No, that's good. I don't want you to betray India. I have a lot of Indian supporters as well, and now I'm going to ask some questions that a lot of these Indian supporters are not going to like. So my apologies in advance. And you already know what my position is. Now you've said when you were in India, and again when I earlier spoke that people say that it seems like you're always appeasing the right wing or the conservatives. Let's just say conservatives. And in India, it's Congress versus BJP.
But I am a conservative.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
appease
but you're
myself.
going, you're going with BJP, which is fine. There's a lot of good things that BJP has done, and I'm actually quite sold on that too. But I just want to now speak about the Kashmir part. You said Kashmir is the part of India. Do the people of Kashmir, they don't matter at all? I mean, do they?
No, they do.
Does this say matter at all?
They do. They do matter. I didn't say they don't matter.
So when you make a sweeping statement like Kashmir belongs to India,
Yeah, I mean, if people change their religion or change their opinion, it doesn't mean they change the identity of the land. Today we have Palestinians who say we are Muslim and Palestine is ours. The land that is called Palestine, Jerusalem, they say it's ours. Nobody cares what you think and what you say. But you can change to Islam, you can change to Buddhism, you can't change the history of the land. The whole of Pakistan belonged to India.
yeah.
They
So
partitioned.
yeah.
So what? You want to keep taking chunk after chunk? In a real democracy, Kashmir has to have elections, and they need to choose for themselves.
a referendum.
A referendum, whatever.
Exactly. Then you and I agree.
I agree. But not when Pakistan is trying to influence the referendum,
I agree.
and not when Pakistan has its cells.
I agree.
Okay, so we need to clean up the Pakistani problem, and then let's talk about it.
Okay, so I absolutely agree with you. But you know, like, I mean, I just wanted this to hear from you, and I was like, no, he's never going to say it. But you said it in the first 3 minutes of this question.
Yeah.
So why was it missing? Because if you said something like
Because
this,
my topic was not about partitions and referendums.
but you got to understand this thing. But when you make a sweeping statement like, okay, it belongs to India, that undermines the two bigger sides of the coin.
You're
Let me show you.
misquoting me. You're misquoting.
Okay, sorry.
That's a problem.
Okay, sorry. You said.
I said that I'm a religious person that focuses on geography and history.
Right.
And both geographically and historically, Kashmir belongs to India.
Well, not really. I mean, no, there was
unless you want to go back to Prophet Adam and Eve. But if we want to speak,
Prophet Adam, by the way, landed in Sri Lanka. They have a big
and the Iraqis say he landed in
maybe Aboriginals have Prophet Adam too.
And the Africans say he was in Africa. You know that, yeah? The first man was in Africa. They say.
Yeah, I know.
So who?
No, but that is true.
So Adam was in Africa.
Yeah, Adam. Well, there was no Adam. The evolution tells us that humans came from Africa.
Okay.
But anyway,
point is, every country says we're the ones.
Yeah. My point was.
Does Pakistan say Adam came by or anything?
No, they actually don't say that. But what they do say that Allah has a special connection with Pakistan, which is like everyone says, like Superman is American or God is with America. You know, like the same kind of shit works everywhere. No. My point was, so when people say. I think I could be wrong again. I apologize if I misquoted you. I remember seeing your tweet as well that when someone says that Kashmir belongs to India, because there are two sides of the coin. The two arguments are: one, India says that it needs to stay with India. The second part is that, okay, the people of Kashmir have a right to determine. And as you just said that, okay, if it's free and fair, you would rather want people to decide. Now, speaking geographically or not, I mean, there were only two times when India was actually United India. It was always princely states. I mean, who decided to call it India? There was a time when it was called Hindu, it was Hindustan or India that was like called by Westerners. There was no actual India, so to speak.
Does this also apply to Pakistan?
Yes, of course. I've got no problem with that. Pakistan was a part
of this whole thing.
Yeah, it was a part of.
So what gives Pakistan, if it was part of this whole thing, any claim over another part of India?
It doesn't. No. But exactly. So that's not my position. You're misunderstanding my position. My position is whatever the people, the native people of that land want, especially after 72 years have been going. And I think you have already answered that. The ideal situation would be that.
We both know there's no such thing as independence in that. Pakistan would rather a referendum so that they continue to control Kashmir. It's going to be a very dirty stronghold for Pakistan, and India doesn't want that to happen. That's the main reason.
So those are the things that are happening. So, I mean, at the end of the day, then the people there are actually suffering. So they will keep suffering.
They're suffering because of Pakistan.
No, it's not just that. I mean, they're native Kashmiris as well who've rebelled against India. You could say that, okay, well, they're being given weapons or they've been fueled by Pakistan, which there's a lot of truth in that too.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Do you agree, if it wasn't for Pakistan, the issue of Kashmir would have been much less problematic and probably they would have reached a solution by now? In the last 7 decades? 7 decades. Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because it depends on what the actual. Even I don't know what the actual people, because I don't buy Pakistan media's that, Kashmiris want to be with Pakistan. I don't buy that nonsense. I don't buy that Kashmiris want to be with India as an integral part, because the truth would be, whatever it would be only we can find out when there are legitimate polls by international UN or international organization, or there is a genuine referendum. Only then we'll find out. As a humanist, that's where I draw the line. Let the people. Scotland, we had elections, referendum there. I mean, civilized countries behave that way. They don't say, okay, we're going to bomb that and we're going to send our armies there because someone else wants that. Whatever the natives want, I mean, surely, especially after 72 years, I grant you that Pakistan has done a lot of dirty things in there where they fueled the militant movement in there. Up until 80s, there was actually no militant movement. They said that, okay, after that.
I personally believe if it wasn't for Pakistan, the issue of Kashmir would have been solved by now, or at least wouldn't be this bad.
What would solving would have meant? Like being, okay, we're happy to be with India?
Either happy to be with India.
Or be independent.
Or we're safe, we're not going to be a stronghold for jihadists or Al-Qaeda. And they would either be independent support by China or whatever. You know, there's still a lot of industry and
fair enough.
So I believe so.
That's a fair assessment because, as I said, Pakistan has done a lot of dirty things.
Pakistan is an obstacle, not only in Kashmir. around the world. They are a problem.
Really? They're not that
They're
bad.
the
They're not
biggest
that.
problem.
You're giving them too much credit.
No, they're the biggest problem, probably in the region. Yes, and whatever Tariq Fattah says, 100% right.
No, he's all right.
100% right.
He says a lot of loony things.
No,
He says a lot of loony things.
If you go deeper into what he says,
I know deep.
100% right. Give me one of his statements.
Tariq Fattah's statement
that you say is loony.
He once said in an interview on India, he once said that Imran Khan got into cricket because of his military connections, so military one day could plant him as a prime minister. He said that.
But that's a valid opinion.
So 40 years ago, Army made him a cricket star, so one day they could plant him as a prime minister. 40 years. You know how many generals came in between?
Do you know the foreign minister of Iran? He was sent 40 years ago to study in America, so one day he can become the foreign minister of
Iran.
One of them,
maybe one of them. But, no.
Most regimes do that.
No. I think. Let me tell you something. Pakistanis are so inept in doing anything, they can't plan anything more than 3 years.
Okay.
Pakistan's army. You know how many generals came in?
He said it. Pakistan cannot plan anything for more than 3 years.
Yes, of course. Everyone knows that. You know how many generals and how many times the dictators came in that 40-year period? General Zia, General Musharraf, and there were like 7 other generals who were the don't you think that after 8 different generals there would be, okay, we might want this guy, we might not want this guy. That is such a loony thing he actually said, and there's so many other things that he said. And I don't want to discuss him, but
no, that's a valid opinion. It could be right, it could be wrong, but it can be discussed.
Imam, seriously, I don't want you to actually.
I'm not being biased.
No, because
that's how our governments operate.
Because that sounds a very loony thing to say. I don't want you to actually hold that opinion. That's
not my opinion. I just heard of it now.
Okay,
but I do know of government officials sent abroad to become celebrities and educated, and then brought back to Iran and Iraq to then rule.
But you know what?
The last 3 prime ministers of Iraq were British citizens. They sat in office. They were British citizens. In Britain, they were celebrity-like. And now they became prime ministers.
But Imam, the craziest thing out of that is Imran Khan. It's not something like someone says, like, okay, I'll make you a cricket player, so one day I can use you for my purposes. I would have to perform as a cricketer as well. He played a sport at a high level. He also happened to be a great cricketer as well. Yeah. So Army also knew that he's going to turn out to be a great cricketer as well. I mean, it's just so outlandish. If you go by that conspiracy theory, then I think everyone is planted there. Maybe you and I are planted by the Zionists.
I am definitely planted.
By the Zionists.
I am definitely planted.
So I think this is the problem. So we can't go. So
they planted me from Iran when I was born.
Right.
They chose me. And they brought me to Australia, and then I went back to study.
Actually, you know what? I have actually seen some YouTube videos where people are saying that, okay, it's actually some hardcore Sunni Salafis are saying that this is actually, you're still an Iranian agent, that this is just a facade. You're trying to play lappy-tappy. And on the other side, some people say that you're actually a Zionist agent. So my point is, Imam, seriously, how far can we go if we let our imaginations run wild? So with Tariq Fattah, I don't know. I don't want to discuss it. But anyway, I think we spoke quite a lot. I mean, there's so much more I wanted to talk to you. It's been such an honor and pleasure to meet Imam Tawhidi. As I said, we're so close, and he travels the world. He's spoken to every ex-Muslim out there is, but then today, after I think 2 or 3 years of us knowing each other, he's finally spoken to me. Imam, thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. To help me keep producing videos like these, support me on Patreon or PayPal.